All right, a VARA network update here. So, in my opinion, I think the bottom is finally in for VARA network here. We'll get into the more macro monthly chart in just a moment, but focusing on the weekly Coinbase chart here, we know we broke that uptrend. We bled out for a very long time here on VARA. Ultimately, we had this wick. We do have the dip down below the 1618 here at 2 pennies. But as long as we held the higher low scenario here, that market structure we like to see to be bullish. There's no reason to be bearish on VAR network anymore here. I think the bottom has been put in down at 2 pennies. We're currently at 2.3 here, but only time will tell, of course. But if we zoom out to the monthly chart, this is what has me a little more bullish on VAR these days after this massive move down. All of these monthly candles that we had spawn in on VARA, as we can see after that uptrend was broken here, all of this red is now green, and you can see for the last 2 months we've been holding support here on that 2 penny 1618, and that kind of tells me, this thing can't really go any lower than that, because if it does, the next target, which I showed you on the smaller time frame, they are being respected. The next target down below the 1618, if we end up falling off the table again, you can see it's another 60% drop down to about 009. I do not think that is going to happen. I think the bottom has been put in on VARA, so keep it that simple, even though I've said a million words here. As long as you're over 2 pennies, the next price to get back over, if we hold here, which I think we very well may, is going to be the 1414 at 2.8. That is a 20% move up. And then, of course, we do have the 2272 and the macro larger 236 here at 3.6. So anywhere from 3.4 to 3.6, pretty much 3.5 pennies. You can see anywhere from a 45 to about a 55% move. That is the big price to get over. What I'm going to do, I did have a red box on the chart here, but I'm just going to draw it back. That way we can keep things simple and clean. And once we get the price of VAR over this red resistance box here, that is going to tell us the bottom is in, and then we can finally start focusing on where this thing is going to end up. Now, due to the fact that I think this is the bottom, we're going to keep this chart as long as we hold over 2 pennies. We do have the market caps here and some potential targets to now watch on VARA network for this cycle. So let me move that out of the way. With it cleaned up here, how high is VAR going to potentially go if this chart holds up here? You can see that if it only comes back up to the 786 retracement off of the high to the low here, up to about 17 to 18 pennies, that is about a 7.5, almost an 8x on your investment here. So could be a good target to take some profit, but I think it's going to go a lot higher than that. You can see that if it makes a new high on our Coinbase chart here, that takes you up to the 1272, up to about 72 pennies, a $400 million market cap, and a very decent 31x on your investment for VARA here. So I think that's definitely possible. So VARA is going to be a very good play this cycle. And then if it goes higher than this, you can see we have that dollar for a 600 million market cap up to a 47x. And then if it's on Coinbase and it is going to hit that $1 billion market cap, or get close to it at least, you can see 1 billion to the 1618, 195 in price, and about an 84x on your investment here. So not bad at all if it hits that $1 billion market cap. So with all that being said, what are your thoughts on VARA? Do you think the bottom is finally in here? None of this is financial advice, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.